Welcome to part 3 of our image tracing lessons. So let's talk about a typical situation that you have with logos. You have a limited amount of colors in them that you, of course, want to trace in that way. And most of the time you can count the colors. So you look at that and you see, well, there are 2 colors in here. And Image Trace does a pretty decent job with them, so let's just use the Auto button again, and you see we get 3 colors. One of them is white, because it traces the white color by default. And the other 2 are then there, and that is color-wise a good result. But sometimes it doesn't. So let's take a look at this one. And in here we have 8 colors. And the bad thing about this is the colors are along the edges of the artwork, and then it gets pretty awful. So that is a result that we just can't have. Now in this case it's a bad template, so I have blurred the template in order to get that, and that can be solved in that way. But sometimes you have a really good template and still you get the result, and what you can then do to solve that is trace it as black and white. And you see in this case that is possible because they are all separated well. So if you trace that in black and white and then adjust the threshold until you get these blue areas back, like in here, then you're good. And after tracing that and expanding it, you color them and then you're good. So that's a procedure I would always recommend when you have trouble tracing a logo. And of course, again, adjust the precision and all those settings to get the best result possible. You can see that in part 2. Now, that is not possible to trace in black and white when you have a template like this one. So in this one, if you trace it in black and white, then all those get united. So when you have a template where the colors are neighbored, then you have to actually get that in a clean fashion, and you have to live with what Illustrator delivers. And you can only see that you sort that out by adjusting all these values. And often you get the better result with Auto than with the limited amount of colors. So low color is the limited amount of colors, but we can look at that as well. Let's take another look at limited colors. So this design has 7 colors in it, and let's take a look at the auto color option and what it makes out of this. And you see there are colors in here vanishing. So if we compare this, then you see they are gone. Now the auto color can also be adjusted. We've got this color slider, and in there you clearly see you do not set up the total amount of colors because there are 6 here and those are 25. It's just a direction for Illustrator to have fewer colors or more colors. And if you move that to the right, then eventually you will get those colors back. You see there they are, and we actually got 7 colors. So we met a sweet spot in there. Of course, we also need to set up all these other options and get really pointy corners. Doesn't quite work up there. And you see this one there. We might get around that by moving the noise slider to the right, but maybe not. And then also let's move it to the left again because it gets less pointy up there and we do not want that. And then also we need to adjust this one slightly and see that we can get a better result, and all these other options. And the other way to get a limited amount of colors is to use this button here, low color. And it also has this slider, and it should be the total amount of colors that you set up here, but as you can clearly see, it doesn't. It should, but it doesn't. And if you move that, then again, this time it matches, but you see sometimes it doesn't. So those are the ways to tackle limited amount of colors, and it somewhat depends which result works better with the template you have.